Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, beautiful people. How are you all doing today? So if you're hearing something in the background, it's rain. It's raining at this time that I'm doing this reading. Today is May 3rd, 2025. I'm doing this in the evening, so it's a little interesting with, actually it's perfect timing for me with all of the things that I do throughout the day. So I finally got some time to focus on some channeled messages for you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, thank you so much for trying this out, as I like to say. And also thank you to all of you that are returning. I have a very lovely subscriber. I'm not sure if she would like me to mention her name, but a very lovely subscriber that recommended that I touch base on and do a mediumship reading for Anthony Perkins. So we're going to be touching base with Anthony Perkins. I'm super excited. What was interesting was as I was getting ready for this message, I asked my spirit team, and also I like to ask the spirit team of the person I'm talking about or addressing. I like to ask, please give me a card as to whether you're open to doing this reading. And back in the day, this person, when I touched base with the spirit team of Anthony Perkins, I actually started his reading. I did a reading for him, and then I asked my spirit team, something doesn't feel right. I feel like this was kind of forced. It doesn't feel like it flowed very much. Would there be a better time? And they said yes. They said May and August. So I had done that in March, I believe, and so I waited 2 months, and today I've looked at my calendar and feel like today is a good day to do this for the month of May. So thank you so much to my lovely subscriber, Yvette, who mentioned this. I was told May or August would be better, and I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna go for the first month. I'm not gonna wait, because I feel like there's something about his energy that's been coming in after asking. So what they said to me was, be prepared for it to be a little chaotic. And as I said that, I got a tickle in my throat. So they're telling me there's a lot to say. So I hope that I do him justice. So I'm going to come back after I have this coughing fit, and we will start the reading. Okay, I think I'm ready. So after that fit, I felt like I wanted to mention as a disclaimer that this reading is going to be a mediumship reading. I tend to be very versatile with my readings. I never follow the same spread often. I always switch it up based on the energy that I'm getting, and I felt like getting a special spread out for Anthony. So we're going to do 5 cards. We're going to do a 5-card spread, and then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. So let's start off with number 1. Let's see, Anthony, where would you like me to go with this? So he had me actually pick out 5 decks, and this was the tarot deck. So let's tap in. Power at the bottom. Nice. Spirit team members of Anthony Perkins and Anthony Perkins himself, please feel free to join us and to inquire, or not to inquire, why did I say that? To help us understand you as a person, as a soul. Please help me to convey the information that you have for those that love you, those that look up to you, those that are inspired by you. Please help me to say what needs to be said here today. I feel like he wants me to start right away. So we're going to do 1. I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5. For some reason I heard, wait. So I'm not sure. Do you have anything else to tell me? The Hierophant. Yeah. So what do you have to tell me before we start? Because I'm hearing that, when I heard that wait, felt a little bit like, okay, we have something to talk about before we get into this. What would you like to say, Anthony? I'm hearing 3. Oh, okay, that's 3 cards. So I feel like that energy is coming back with the chaos, with the Tower card that I got before I started this reading. Remember I told you guys that he said it would be a little chaotic? We have landfill coming through, child, and boat. So I almost feel like he's like, get ready, child, because it's a landfill. So he's going to try to give us an understanding that's more simplified because of the time frame. I feel like he's also very considerate as a person. He comes off very considerate, and I don't know anything about him. I want to let you guys know I actually don't look into him prior to this reading. So I actually don't know anything anything about him. So let's see what comes through here. So we have 3 cards. We have marriage, desert, Republican. And I heard resort. So when I thought of resort, I heard resort to violence. There's something about his perspective, and it could be politically. This is a really sad energy, though, to start off, because when I see marriage, desert, Republican, it makes me feel like he didn't quite understand either the Republican side of things or how they thought. And there's something about just the manner of life that he lived. Maybe he was just trying to understand people, trying to connect with people at the marriage and wedding, but he felt like he didn't connect. And he felt like people were very idealistic or very like opinionated, and that's why that's coming through. What's the bottom of the deck? Yeah, it was landfill. So to start off, I think he wants us to see his state of mind, that he loves to integrate or to unite with people, but there was like a lack of love. There was like a lack of depth of love that he saw around him. And that is why that's coming through. So we'll see how that factors in. Let's put that up here. Very interesting and sad, because it just feels like the energy of someone who tried to connect with people, but they always like left him deserted or something like that energetically. So let's start off with number 1. What is the card that you'd like to use, Anthony, to represent you? Oh, the Page of Cups. Awesome. So the Page of Cups is the energy of, it's like a very childlike energy. I typically consider this to be the inner child card. This is someone who's ready to love, and to love fearlessly, in openness to life and love and to creativity. This is about a very feminine energy, because it's like the energy of someone that's willing to nurture something and to see it take root and to have fun with it, not just to see it grow, right? This is not the 7 of Pentacles where that person is waiting tirelessly or persevering. This is about the energy of lightness, where they're not, even if they've been through a lot or experienced a lot, they still have a lightness to their soul and to their energy. And they also have a joy for experiencing life, because when I look at this picture, I see the freckles. So freckles could be significant. I see someone who's fearless. I hope I haven't, try not to move things around too much. Someone who's fearless. And I also see the shell on their necklace and also the feather. So this person is well traveled. I feel like they have great an openness to perspectives, because when I think of the feather, I think of the air, and then when I look at the seashell on their necklace, I think of the sea. So there's different experiences that they've had from the air or from land, and they're able to incorporate that and to meet them in the middle. So this is a very open energy, very loving energy, very childlike energy. So this is beautiful. I don't know why I'm sighing so much, but I'm getting a little sad. So we'll see why the sadness is setting in. And also I would have to get used to this camera, so please excuse that, guys. Trying to do this in a new place. There we go. It's a little bit better. 555 on the clock is significant. There's something about me needing to see that. So there's something about a lot of uproar or a lot of tower moments happening for him. And I'm hearing a lot of shifts. So we'll see what that's all about as we go. Number 2 is, how did Anthony Perkins see their life? Oh my gosh. So they saw their life as oppression. They saw their life as them feeling caged. They felt like they couldn't truly be themselves without facing consequences for it. And it's like consequences of just being who they are. It's not even like you doing something that's wrong. It's about just you yourself. And I feel like people were very intimidated by him, because when I think of this leopard, I think of, you know, the fear that people have that's struck within them when they see an animal like this loose, right? It's like that fear of they're gonna just maul me or kill me. But it's more so in this example, it's not really as base as that. Like, I think nowadays we all do that when we see like a lion out, and if we were to see a lion out somewhere without a cage, we would get really terrified, right? I feel like this is just his personality was very intimidating for people, and they felt like he was a problem, even at a young age. So the way he felt, he saw his life as being caged. He felt like he couldn't truly be himself. He felt like he was oppressed his whole life. So this is a really sad energy. I feel like he had to dull his light, basically, in order to be accepted by people. And I'm hearing accepted by mankind. Perhaps even animals were very like where he found solace. I feel like he would find solace with animals, and that's why it's coming through. He felt more like it made sense to be with animals than to be with people. So there's something about him understanding them on a deep level and them understanding him. But I don't think he felt like people had the wherewithal to understand him. Okay. He might even have anxiety attacks because I felt like I had to breathe and I had to like calm down. And when I closed my eyes, I saw dots. So it's almost like, I don't know if he had a method of breathing to calm down. I'm hearing mayhem when I look at the desert card that we got earlier. So I'm hearing like when things would get chaotic inside of him, like it would just swell up inside of him until he couldn't face it or he couldn't deal with it anymore. He would try to calm down by taking deep breaths. So something about his process of I'm hearing reclaiming himself was done that way. So that's significant because yeah, I feel like I'm out of breath. So someone here might need to take some deep breaths with this reading as well, because I'm just feeling that energy. And you could say it's anxiety on my end, but I feel like it just came out of nowhere. So I'm gonna go with that and let's move on. Okay, let's move on to number 3. What's the lesson that they would like to share with you? It's the Knight of Wands. Do what you love. Claim what it is that you have in your heart to do and to accomplish. Do it with passion. Be fearless. Don't let anyone stop you from doing what you feel like you need to do and what your dreams are and what your goals are. Run and reach for the stars. Go at it. Don't stop. Don't let anyone hold you back, because they really truly can't do it if you believe yourself and you know that you can do it. So he's just really encouraging the people that feel drawn to his energy, including the person that also requested this reading. Go for your dreams. Go for the stars. Really just push, because you are meant to do all of those things because they're in your heart for a reason. So there's a very encouraging energy despite the oppression that he's experienced in the past. So it's like he wants the best for people, truly. That's what it feels like. It's someone who wants to see people succeed, even if he didn't feel like he was accepted fully for who he was as well. So that's for someone to hear. The next one we have here is something that he wished he paid more attention to. What did he wish he paid more attention to? The Ace of Fire. So this is also the Ace of Wands. So I think he wished he paid more attention to his dreams. He wished he paid more attention to his inspiration and to where it came from, and that it was clean, is what I'm hearing. Clean, that it was actually a good thing, that it wasn't a bad thing, the place that he received all of his information or insights or inspiration from. There's something about the process. I think that idea that comes to mind, I think he really wishes that he had spent more time pursuing the things that came to mind instead of dismissing them. And I'm getting a thought about an artist that I just started listening to again that I really love. Do you guys know Tizo Touchdown? I feel like the song Impossible is coming up, and I might have seen that song recently just so I could mention it here, because I feel like he thought a lot of things were impossible, or people told him they were impossible. If you guys want to listen to that song, I think you'll really resonate with it. And it's really, really interesting, like his style, Tizo Touchdown style, and more of his like expression of himself. And I feel like people tend to oftentimes put people down that are different. I feel like Anthony was different, and I feel like he was very creative. So there's something about him wishing he had put more of his things on paper and really written them down. And I'm thinking of another artist. Not a lot of people favor this person right now, but I really love their artistry. I think of in this moment of Kanye and how he said putting it down in pen. There's something about putting it down on pen versus pencil. It's like making it clear and not going back and backing up on it or erasing it. Like once you write it down, do it. I feel like he really wishes he had put more action on what he wanted to do and not, hesitation. Finally, what is his message? What is the message he would like to give you all? Wow, happiness, 6 of Cups. I love his energy. I think we're going to do something else for him, of course, for after this, but Six of Cups, be happy. What he wants you to hear is to pay attention to what your soul is calling you to, because you've likely done it before. So there's the Six of Cups. This is also about retaining your childlike joy and happiness, of not letting that go. And when I see this mother with the children around her, I feel like that's what motherhood does, fatherhood, whatever role you play with a child in your life, it really brings you back to your childhood dreams or childhood energies, doesn't it? Whenever you're around a child, even if you're babysitting, or if you're getting to hang out with a child, you're watching videos of children doing interviews, just their way of thinking and living is so reminiscent of your heart and your soul. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are missing. And I feel like he wants people here that are watching this to be happy. He truly does. He has such a warmness towards you. I feel like he has such a love for people in general. I feel like he really wants people to be more open to the past, and like seeing themselves in all aspects, like how you were in the past, not being like, not letting yourself think negatively of yourself, but being really kind to yourself. So that's what he wants. He wants you guys to have a childlike love, and also to see this as a gift in some way. And I'm hearing that you are the gift. They're saying you are the gift. He's saying they need to know that they are the gift for people, and that there are people around you that look up to you, and there are people that you can give something special to. So show love to someone here today is what I'm hearing. Bottom of the deck is the Devil energy, strength, wow, and the Sun of Water. The Devil energy feels like an oppressive force that he felt as well. A lot of things were trying to hold him back, and were trying to affect him in a negative way, and he was strong. He was still a very strong and resolute person. There was a lot of inner strength and determination to love. With the Sun of Cups, Sun of Water, it's like the sibling to the daughter of water. So there's something about also maybe a sibling that's significant. If it's not a sibling, it's someone that he sees, a male, that is like maybe either a counterpart or a family member of his. There's something about him trying really hard to stay with them. So if they ever see this message, he wants them to know he stayed for as long as he could. He had a lot of strength and determination, but time was up here. So, and also I want to show you guys, when I split the deck, it says torment. So there's something about feeling tormented. And it says tormented by the illusions. And I feel like I need to take the first three. So the first one we have here is the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So what is this message exactly? Can you tell us? Because for him, I felt drawn to the Galactic Heritage cards, and I don't usually right away think that. Yeah, so we have good intentions. Ooh, and integrity. This guy is amazing. What else? Okay. And I feel like I need to put it in this way, so we're going to move everything. Unfinished business and self-observance. Bottom of the deck is refining galactic lineage, Pleiades. So we have a lot of Sirius, if you guys are noticing. Sirius, Lyra, and Ssani coming through for him in the middle. I feel like I need to talk about this main energy first. I feel like he had good intentions with his incarnation here. I feel like he was continuing something that he had been doing for, I'm hearing, lifetimes and generations. So I feel like he's a Sirius star being, or he at least has a lot of incarnations in Syria. He has some connection to Lyra and Ssani. I feel like this is a future, since this is a future energy, I feel like he's currently observing himself energetically, and that's how we're able to communicate. It's in some in-between space. Have you incarnated already? Have you already reincarnated, Anthony? No. Or Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Please clarify. That could be a yes. Nope. Yeah, look at that, guys. We have two fives. He's going through some observance of his lives or of his experiences here, because we have, as the answer to whether he's incarnated again, we have Five of Swords, and I believe this is the Five of Wands. So no, not yet. Fives are significant numerologically. Usually it's about major changes or shifts. And I told you guys about the Tower. It feels like he's going through a lot of shifts right now energetically, and he's doing something on the side, unfinished. So in the past, he had good intentions. Presently, he has some unfinished business to do, and he's going to be observing his spiritual journey in some other way. I feel like he's helping people as, are you a guide? Hold on. Are you a guide? We have the Mother of Fire in reverse and the Universe. In a sense, yes, he is. The reason why I say in a sense is when I saw the Mother of Fire, that's the Queen of Wands in reverse. He's more so a part of the universe and more so a part, it's like he's not as distinct as Anthony Perkins anymore. Does that make sense? He's more so a part of a collective energy now. So he had to address some things with his healing process with polarities. People of the past, when he was on this earth, there were people that had deep polarities. They had a lot of issues. So there's something about working through a lot of lower vibrational energies like anger, resentment, bitterness, anything that was low vibrational. That seems to be something he had to learn, and he had to learn forgiveness and gratitude. So he went through a really difficult energy of facing deep, dark and dense polarities in order to forgive and to have the gratitude to refine himself as a person. So he chose to take on certain things. And I feel like I don't know, there's something about really dense energies and like it never changing him on the inside. It really affected him in a sense of how he acted, but it didn't change his composition. So there's something about him taking on a more universal or more energetic approach with people. With the Emperor, Devil, and the Strength card, he's assisting the collective right now energetically with the Devil energy, with integrity, because we have past, present, future, and parallel. He has a lot of integrity. He's very valuable in the sense of not just, as a human being, he's essential, and he's I'm hearing vital and is important like everyone else, but I feel like there's something about his journey, his experience is actually helping us in a major way for our future. So this is really important. These two cards are coming up. I heard liar, but it's just because of Lyra. So Lyre. Was he interested in music, or did he do music? I'm not sure. There's something about music. When I see liar, I think of David. Very good musician is what I'm getting. Well, what we had earlier, right, was the 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. We have 2 Pentacles, 8 to 9. He's grown a lot. A lot of his work has been done. I'm seeing that he has taken the road less traveled is what they're saying, because I'm looking at this pathway with the elephants. I feel like he's taking a road less traveled for some reason, even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them on the path. Where is he? There is an 8 here. It's 7. So there's something about him not taking this path that these symbols that they've taken, these elephants. Also, there's something about him taking like a vow. He took a vow. He shook hands with someone, and I almost said shook hands with the devil. And I feel like this was a way for him to take on certain things now so that he could really supersede a lot of things. So he actually went through a lot of difficulties in his life prior to passing in order to go way, way further and to see the benefit and to see the gain. So I don't know. Yeah, definitely. He ascended very, very quickly after this experience here. We have joy at the bottom. We have joy, Ace of Water, and Mother of Water. Look at that. There's something about his love, his passion, and also his feminine energy, because that came through a couple of times. So he definitely has an openness to the feminine. Now, what is he healing now that we've gotten those cards? I feel like I want to keep these here. Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles is definitely like an entrepreneurial energy. He really made a lot out of his incarnation prior to passing. He was willing to do the work. And I'm seeing the word depression. What did Anthony Perkins address and heal? However many you'd like to show us, please do so. I feel like there's 3. He stripped illusions without a shadow of a doubt. He stripped illusions. First one we had was new beginnings, number 2, and 2222 just came up. Then we have omens, number 31, and we have perception. Wow, talk about a shift of perception. I don't know if we said that yet, but that's what I'm getting. So let's look at the shamanic healing book. I'll let you guys see it as well. New beginnings. Water, emotion, energy, all life-affirming and life-giving. Patience is the key. Once the deluge of emotion passes, you will see that left in its wake is a wondrous new day, a rainbow of possibilities. Do not get attached to the emotions that surround this situation. This will only attach your identification with the emotion itself, giving it more power and hindering the release, so that the door to your new beginning will not open. Sit in the emotion, cry, journal, talk it out with a friend, and then let it go. Perform a ritual if you are called to one. Place your feelings on a bit of paper and let it go, whether through water or fire, both excellent transmuting elements. Be thankful for the experience of the situation and proclaim to the Creator that you are ready for the newness that is about to come into your life. Wow. So I think he healed that aspect of feeling boxed into a mode of thinking or a way of being. I think he really began to see a new road and a new way, new pathways, I feel like, await him because of the fact that he took on such dense energies in his life. That keeps coming up. New beginnings are here. So he's actually seen all of the things that he didn't want to, like, it's like he saw all of the things that for generations people in his family did not see. So there's something ancestral here about what he did. I feel like he saw the things that that people in his family didn't want to look at, didn't want to address, and he addressed it. He actually was open and able to see it objectively and to see that, you know what, this isn't okay, this isn't right. There's something about that. There's something about him being a very innovative voice is what I'm hearing. Instead of innovative thinking or a thinker, I'm hearing an innovative voice in the method is what I'm hearing. So the next one we have here is 9, perception. With energy, sometimes a slight shift in perception is all that's needed. Remember, nature strives to retain balance. It is only our perception and labels that cause us to think otherwise. Is there a situation in your life that you are viewing from a very rigid perspective? Are you certain that you are at the center of the drama around you? Perhaps cultivating the ability to step outside of the drama and see the issue from every different viewpoint will shift your judgment of this person or situation from intolerable to simply it is. And as it is, it won't remain so for long. Letting go of the tether that holds you to a certain viewpoint also frees the situation up to go the natural way and get back into balance. So there's something about him having that ability within himself to shift once he felt like he saw things a certain way. It could have taken time. It's not like he's perfect and, always saw things differently, but I feel like he was willing to shift his perspective. When opportunities, situations, and such came up, he was willing to say, you know what, this doesn't align with what I thought. This doesn't align with how I feel. This person actually doesn't see things that way. This person actually isn't how I thought they were. There's something about him being willing and open to doing that, to admitting those things. And that's something he healed in this incarnation. Something may have happened to him at either 2 or 9 or 29, because I feel like those numbers are significant. I think 29 is going to be the stronger of the 3 ages. I feel like also something happened to him in 27 with stripping illusions, and also with 31. So between his 20s were very pivotal. 29 to 31 is significant. So 31 is the last one. That is omens. Let's get this a little bit lower. Hawks are messengers. This majestic bird flies high and reaches the realms of the spirit. They bring back messages from both the seen and unseen. Drawing this card speaks of focus and intuition. Pay attention to the coincidences in your life right now. Focus on where you want to go. How high do you want to fly? When you see a hawk, someone is trying to get your attention. Pay attention to serendipity in your life. Be glad, for this is a reminder that you are living in the flow of energy. Things will soon shift for you. And that's what happened to him. Things shifted dramatically for him. He rose above the challenges. Something about the hawk is significant. Something about Taoism is significant. Something about Buddhism. Something about new beginnings is significant. How many do you want? Okay, he's saying 2. Something about butterflies is significant. We actually have 3 that came out. So we have number 64, number 17 in reverse, and then we have number 39 upright. So let's see what these are all about. So 64. Trying to find my booklet for that. There it is, 64. Came through for Anthony. It's called the Erotes. This actually came up for a reading I did recently as well. The winged siblings of Eros. Love. The Erotes make up Aphrodite's retinue and represent all aspects of love. Often evoked by poets, the Erotes are many and diverse. Enteros, mutual love. Hedilagos, sweet talk. Hermaphroditus, bisexuality. Hymeros, coitus. Hymenios, marriage. Pytho, seduction. Thonos, jealousy. Pothos, pining. The god Eros existed in 2 forms, the son of Aphrodite and a primordial element who hatched from the world egg at the dawn of creation. This Eros, coeval with Thesis, creation, and Physis, nature, heralds the sacred heart of Christian mysticism. We have the card means love, affection, warmth, passion, sex, tenderness, romance, ardor, union. There's something about him being open to this energy, being open to his sacral, being open to loving people, being open to affection, warmth, caring attitudes, of being open to sex in all of its forms, and like kind of like being more expressive sexually. There's something about having a freedom with his energy that comes through. He's loyal. I feel like he had a loyal heart. And I feel like he was a very strong-willed person. I feel like he actually had a loyal heart when it came to love. He was loyal. And I also am feeling this card across the room, so I want to take it. Let's see what that's all about, Spirit Team. Yeah, back to what you love. This is what he loves. This is his desire, is to love people and to express his self, because I see this person with their arms outstretched and I think of how he was open to people and open to loving people. We have the dove. The doves are significant. Butterflies again are coming through, so butterflies are significant. I'm hearing robin eggs too. Something about baby blue, or blue is significant. Maybe indigo. There's also so he could have been indigo child, for instance. There's something about pink. There's really a lot of nature in this picture, and it's number 3. So there's something about 9 and 3. So there could be something significant that happened to him at 39. I don't know when he passed. Yeah, there's something coming through with the numbers that are also being chosen. We also have number 17 in reverse. Look at that picture. Is that not beautiful? He took like the most beautiful pictures here. So number 17 is the Sphinx in reverse. Let's see. Where did I put that book? Yeah, what is going on with me finding things nowadays? So let's see. Number 17 in reverse, the Sphinx. This is the cryptic trespass. Daring to do what's never been done. Ambition, too clever by half. He was too clever for people. It says, a sister to the chimera, the Sphinx is a mythical creature with attributes of an eagle, a lion, and a human being. I feel like this is another thing that links him to Sirius, guys. The Egyptian-born Sphinx is said to have guarded the entrance to the city of Thebes, where she asked all passerby, the most famous riddle in history. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening? All answered incorrectly and paid with their life, until Oedipus correctly answered, man. With this, the Sphinx perished, signifying the end of Egypt's dominion and the ascension of Greek culture. Wow. So he is so clever. I don't think he's the kind of person to end Egypt's dominion, and I think that's why it's in reverse. I think he's trying to say, no, I came to heal, because he had wounds that related to Sirius. So I feel like he was trying to say, no, I came to be the cryptic person that I'm hearing unleashes radical, I was going to say feminism for some reason, but I meant to say radical love for people, radical cleverness, uniqueness. I feel like he was very much a force to be reckoned with, and he wasn't trying to shove something down like what it is upright. I feel like it's actually him trying to reinstill values that were integral to creation, integral to Egypt, integral to Sirius, because I feel like he also embodies aspects of that too. And there's something about this animal combination with the human body. There's something about him having some connection to the air with the wings, and then also having a relationship to the lion with his steadfast love and strength that we got. Remember, we got the strength card. So there's something here about just how he combines the eagle, the lion, and the human as well, and how he's really clever. And remember, we got the hawk. So there's something about eagles for sure. It's making me smile. I love that. So look at that. These energies are so cool. Last one we have here is 39. So this one is Telesphorus, a child god of healing. Telesphorus is the son of Asclepius, the god of medicine, and brother to Hygeia, goddess of health. Always cloaked and often hooded, Telesphorus is yoked to the Genii Cuculati spirits of Western Europe. As such, Telesphorus not only signifies convalescence, especially the recovery from illness in children, but sometimes also doubles as an incarnation of Priapus. It means recuperation, rejuvenescence, rehabilitation, resurgence, curative. I think he's going to resurge again spiritually. I think he's going to come back. And I feel that for him specifically. I don't say that with everyone. Sometimes people are ready to go into another level. When I say level, like maybe go into another, to ascend to a higher vibration that isn't conducive to the physical body, you know, because you can only go so high in a physical body. But I feel like he will come back in a physical body. But I feel like he's going to be a very wise individual. I feel like he's going through a lot of rehabilitation. There's something about him taking in something that he's learned or experienced, and he's still doing something else in another, either it's in another dimension, in another, like he's not physically here. I don't know how to explain that. There's something here about him healing a lot of things in the middle too. So there's something about like in between. I don't know what the in between looks like, but there's something about him healing and something about him coming back better than ever. So he's going to make a resurgence. Can you please clarify and make sure that I said that right? Okay, what would you like to say? Say 7 of Pentacles, failure. He feels like he's done a lot of things. So this is 7 of Pentacles is usually, it's very interesting when failure comes out for the 7 of Pentacles, because typically some people think of 7 of Pentacles as like perseverance. But I see what they're saying. What they're saying is that when you're looking back, you're not taking the time to enjoy what you're doing. If you're always looking at the results of what you did, you're not really feeling or being in the flow of joy and the flow of excitement, passion. You're more likely expecting something from what you did, and you're not being pleased by the results. So what he's saying is basically he's done enough. So there's something here about him doing enough. So are you going to incarnate? Whoa, this Father of Fire flew out. So he is, but he says that he feels like he did a lot of things wrong. He feels like he did a lot of things wrong, and he's trying to correct them. I think he has some guilt, and I don't know how you could feel guilt in other. after you pass. For some reason, I feel like there are energies and spirits and what we call quote unquote ghosts that do linger and that do have those guilty, you know, feelings or sense that they didn't do something that they wanted to do, and they stick around. But so I'm feeling like that's the energy he's in right now. He's actually feeling like he's looking back on the things he's done, and he's trying to correct, or he's trying to correct something, but he is coming back. Yeah, we have Empress, so there's a mother here. Yeah, he wants to talk to his mother. There's an Empress. So if you guys know his mother, he still has something to say to her. He's not ready to go until she talks to him. So I don't know. I don't know his mother, but what else? We have 10 of Cups. It's his family. He totally is waiting for his mom to be better or to do well, or something about his mother. I don't even know if his mother's alive or if she's going through just a lot of difficulties right now. I don't know. I would think his mother's passed on. Please let me know, guys. But something about his mother and something unfinished. We saw did you guys see that? I just saw the Hanged Man. Yeah. So something was unfinished with his mother, and there's something about either his mother or some feminine energy. So someone around him that he really loves, and I think it's someone that's a part of his family. He's still waiting for them. So something is pending, and that's why he hasn't moved into coming back. Disappointment. So he's willing to go through something in order to see that person succeed or to see them get out of an illusion. Tower. So yeah, so there's something he's waiting on, and if you guys know anything about that, I don't know if he mentioned his last words, but there's something about him waiting for someone, or at least trying to see how someone fares before coming back. So that person is very important to him, very special. So I hope that helps you guys understand him a bit more. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I feel like I need to do a final card, because this deck was screaming at me from my shelf when I tried to tap into his energy. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at the card, Messenger, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. That was his energy. You don't have to be Jesus to do this. This is literally just Sirius energy. There's something about him addressing a lot of conflict and a lot of energies of anger and softening people, including himself, to love. There's something about him being a warrior, but him having to come to a place of loving people right where they are, even when they hurt him. So that's what I have for you guys. That's really what I feel like his soul is trying to get me to say. Wow, there's a lot. The energy is thick. Is there two? I'm hearing two. Yeah. It says, no place like home. He loves it here. Something about loving, either something like, there's something he doesn't want to let go of that's home to him. 50 is significant. Maybe when he was 50, or if he was 50. I'm not sure what 50 means for him, but that's significant. We have TikTok. There's something that's happening soon. He's waiting for something. And look at that. Time for a nap is coming through. Exchanging gifts and poised. He's communicating with specific people that love him right now. He's not ready to leave them. There's no place like home. As long as they're here, he's going to be here. So there's something about a counterpart or something about a family member that's still here, and he's not leaving without them. That was his contract. So that's what I have for you, Anthony. Thank you so much for being here with us for this reading. Thank you, Spirit team members of my own and of Anthony's, for being here to collect and to collate all of this information together. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe if you did. And please let me know what other people, other souls out there that I can tap into, that I can relay messages from. That would be amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing today? So my name is Francine. I'm here with my channel, The Oversoul Archives. I'm here for a reading, a very special reading indeed, for a very lovely subscriber. So I kind of want to give you an understanding of what I'm about here on this channel if you're new, because I want to thank you guys for tuning in, for seeing what this reading is all about. But I also want to thank those that are here that have been with me through all of what this channel has done in readings, in messages, all of the things that I've grown to love about YouTube and this community. Thank you guys all for being here. If you are new, I want to kind of give you a heads up that I'm going to channel information, and I feel like I want to be really careful with my words, as I usually like to do, right? I usually, those that have seen me before know that I really take this seriously. I'm going to be channeling information that I receive from my spirit team, from my higher self, and from those that are willing to interject or to come into this reading in order to help us, okay? There's something here about synchronicities throughout this season for me. I feel like they've intensified. Have you guys been feeling like an intensification of your synchronicities? 1028 is significant to someone. October 28th might be significant, or something about that date is coming up for someone. If you have the name Kathy, that might be significant as well. Okay, so I also feel like I'm getting the last name Horan, which is Niall Horan. So something about Niall Horan is significant. You might know or feel drawn to this celebrity, this musician. I also just want to go back to what I was saying about the information that I provide. I want to remain unbiased in my approach. Whenever I know anything about a person, I try to remain focused on whatever the message is in the cards. Whatever information comes through, I will relay that to you. And when I don't know the person at all, it's easier for that to happen, right? Because I don't have like an expectation of what the message will be. But please note that I am channeling information that I receive, and that this is not just a tarot reading. This is actually, for me, if it's not a mediumship reading, it's usually a reading that's focused on intuitively what I'm sensing and what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. So I'm going to be using all of the clairs, as many as there needs to be for this reading, to be honest. Whatever I need to focus on, you will get information on. So I just want to make that clear. I want you to know that I'm coming from an unbiased approach, as unbiased as humanly possible, because remember, we're all human and we do have a tendency to think and go down a certain trail. I will reassess and look and break down all of what I hear so that you can get an understanding of what I am seeing, and then we can come together with a conclusion, or I will tell you when there's something strong that comes through for this person, whoever I'm working with. This celebrity, this person, and others, okay? But I'm just really excited for this reading, because literally when I was asking my spirit team, who should I focus on today, they told me Aquarius, like I kept hearing that. I was like, okay, my randomizer, because I use randomizers sometimes to help me clear up communication with my spirit team and with my higher self, and they gave me Aquarius. So I was like, which Aquarius should I talk about? But I remembered looking at the comments and thinking, this person, Anthony Perkins, I am definitely going to talk about him. I don't know, intuitively I just felt drawn to him, and I also felt drawn to the subscriber because I've known them. So I was like, I want to do this. But there's something particular about Anthony Perkins, and when I got Aquarius and I asked my spirit team, I got the 6 of Wands multiple times. Out of 78 cards, they kept saying 6 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Yes, you're hearing this right. You need to do this person. And so I'm here because I am following that advice, and I just want to give you guys a heads up. I looked at basically the fact that he passed away on September 12th, 1992, and I realized that his birthday will be coming up, or at least his birthday when he was physically here. So his birthday is coming up, and I felt like this was a really special time for me to touch base with his spirit team to see if he's willing to come in for this reading. And I'm hearing Rory, R-O-R-Y, and I'm seeing the word Foster. So Rory Foster is significant. I don't know who that is. Is it in here? So I'm looking at a little blurb about him because I was like, let me get out information on the bare minimum. And it has his name. It says he's an American actor born in Manhattan. And he began his career as a teenager in summer stock programs, although he acted in films before his time on Broadway. So this is Wikipedia. This is not going to be, I'm sure, the best source. So I have the very bare minimum on him. We're going to see. I don't even know how he passed away. My condolences to his family, his friends, those that loved him and honored him. So I just want to tell you guys what I see so far, and we're going to go into what it is that his spirit team or him, what he would like to say, what information is in his Akashic records or in his blueprint that are very important for you to know in order to understand him better. Let's get into it and see what comes through. So we're going to use a number of decks, like 5 or 6 came out for him. So where would you like me to go? Okay, we're going to go to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Okay, interesting. I'm hearing this combination of numbers that I always hear lately, 2, 5, 6. And then all of a sudden I heard something move. 2, 5, 6, 2, 5, 6. So 11 plus 2 is 13. So there's something here about death, the death card, transformation. So there's something here about transformation and about death. And we are talking about someone who has passed on. Anthony Perkins, what would you like to tell us to start off? What should we start off with? Wow, those wanted to come through. Okay. That didn't feel normal, the way that came out. Okay. I don't know, I'm hearing 8. And then 18 came out. Let's keep going. Alright. We have a... Interesting. I'm hearing Leo and like Leo moon or something like that. It doesn't have to be him. But I'm seeing the words Leo moon and then I'm seeing the word Saturn. Okay, we have a lot of cards here. So let's get into it. Let's go in order. Okay. Why am I hearing Liam? Okay. That's so interesting. I'm hearing other people. So maybe there are other people I'm going to tap into, and this is kind of opening a gate. This is my first reading in a while, guys, so that's why it feels like I'm opening a gate, a floodgate. Okay, co-create is coming through for Anthony Perkins at first. Huh. 40. Okay, co-create, and then we have peace coming through. Wow, 9/11 is what my eyes just looked at. So something is an emergency here. Number 3 is between worlds. I'm getting really distracted. The number 26 is coming to my mind, even though it's not here. What's interesting is the next card is fork in the road, and that's 13, which is the if you multiply that by 2, that's what I got. So fork in the road, there's 2 forks in the road. Or something about the phrase 2 forks. 2 forks in the road. Divergent path. Weightless. I don't know why I heard Netherlands. We have 15, message in a bottle. Then we have TikTok, number 30. And then we have serendipity, number 18. A change in the wind, number 12. The fates, number 17. Number 44, thinker, coming through. Number 28, building blocks, and number 33, conflict, chaos and conflict. I'm hearing Netherlands again, and then that 26, so I don't know what's happening here with Netherlands and 26. It's like he wants to, interesting. I'm just getting a lot of sounds. I'm just hearing a lot of things. Okay, let's clarify everything before I tell you guys what I'm seeing or hearing. I just want to get the whole story because it seems like his energy is more about dictating I want to give you the beginning to the end instead of having it be in increments of time. He's not about that. If this is his energy specifically that I'm tapping into, it's very interesting. To clarify, co-create, I just want to give you a heads up, trigger warning. These cards are going to be triggering for some of you potentially. It's a very controversial, they're controversial cards. So I do want to, like, I likely will make a trigger warning. But we have Jeffrey for co-create. We have for peace, we have bloodline. For between worlds, we have no. I'm hearing other side of history, so I feel like he was a very definite. I don't know why I'm getting a definitive energy with him. I feel like he was not about being in between. He was like on one, or it was like either he would pick a side. It wouldn't be in between. It would be one or the other. So I don't know if this is about like him being on the other side of a certain bloodline within his like a line, like his mother's line or his father's line. There was something here about. There was something here about his genetics or his generational line being very significant to his path. So we have here money for a fork in the road. And when I said there were 2 forks in the road, there were 2 options he had for some form of abundance for him. Like he had multiple directions or pathways that he could have gone. We have imagine, boat. And I feel like he's such a dreamer. I'm getting the energy of someone who likes to travel across. Like if they were to look at their options, there's so many things for them, either because they're talented. Like, so I feel like he's either just really talented. He had like so many avenues to express his abilities. And so he had 2 forks in the road instead of 1. And then there's also something here about him being so imaginative that I feel like he had the boat, he had the conduit. He was a conduit for something setting sail for him, and like he could go in multiple directions. Very vast energy coming through. My throat is getting dry. Message in a bottle. There's a lot to say here. We have love. Expressions of love. And I think of the I just heard boutique. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if he wanted to open up a boutique or a shop. But we have here the devil, and then we have love. So there's something here about like, we don't have the devil per se. We have 15, which represents the message in a bottle here in the cards. But when I see 15, I think of the devil energy. I think of temptation or codependency, or just really difficult energies or dense energies to deal with. And I'm seeing love. So there's something here about difficulties in love being significant. So a lot of the things that made him feel like, so dreaming, it was something that made him feel weightless. But when it came to like people, that's where the dense energies were with people, because people were what kind of held him grounded, or not in a good way. It's like a negative energy, like they held him down. Energetically, his relationships with people were karmic, a lot of them, and that is what held him down. And I'm hearing deception. So there was a lot of deception with people. And I'm hearing surrounding them. So them, I don't know if he considered himself to be them, they, like if he would consider himself in this day and age to be they, them, or if he would there was someone else in this picture here. I almost said sorority, but then I said surrounding. So I don't know. He just had people around him that might have been women specifically, because sorority makes me feel like a group of women. I just heard sustain them. So I don't know if he sustained them. He was a really good friend. I'm just getting I'm not random, but like a lot of information. So one moment, please. TikTok came through for yes. TikTok is about like, of course, not the website or the, you know, with the K's. We're talking about time, divine timing. So something, time running out, and the clarity was yes. What's interesting is, so we have yes for TikTok, but then we have no for Between Worlds, meaning that he had an appointed time to be here, and there was something here about it. He was meant to stay for a short period of time. He wasn't meant to be here until he was 100. He was meant to be here for a short period of time, and that's like supposed to be that way. So they're just trying to make it clear to you, he was never meant to be between worlds, meaning that likely he isn't in between worlds. Likely he's doing something else, or he's accomplishing something else. He's not in between worlds. So if I'm doing this reading, I wonder how he's doing this with me if he's here. We have serendipity, drugs, poison. So something is serendipitous about certain things. And I heard abstaining from drugs and poison, or the importance of seeing like the toxicity of certain things around him. Blackmail for the change in the wind. I feel like someone... Please clarify that for me, please. I'm hearing Howard. I don't know if there was someone named Howard that tried to blackmail him. We have celebrity. It's some celebrity that was we have reptilian. So we had celebrity and reptilian. So there was someone named Howard, or someone that either had the first name or last name Howard, that was not a good person, and that changed his trajectory. So we have here timeline issue, justice, marriage, wedding, and fire. I don't know if this is a person he was interested in. This person might have been a bioweapon, so biologically they had some issues or something that they did. Or they were a problem. They really affected his trajectory. Whoever this Howard person is, there's something about them. So we have that coming through, right? Let's keep going. I just want to give you guys what I'm seeing Spitfire, and then we'll tap into specifics. But let's see what the fates have to say. The fates, dating. It was fated for him to date a specific person, and then we have cover up in reverse. It exposed him. So there's something about being exposed or feeling exposed in this relationship with someone. This number 17 is typically like a very healing energy. So we have success underwater. Can you please give me one more for that? Fear. So there was something here about an experience with someone that gosh, I'm getting the visualization of someone who kept running from certain situations or people because of the dense energies. And if they tried to run in the forest, if they tried to run in the beach, there was always someone after them, or there was always this energy of feeling like tied down or pursued. So there might have been like an energetic thing going on with Anthony where he was feeling like tugged back, like pulled back from going to those points, like something about nature and about how expansive it is. I feel like he represents like his path. There's something about him having such limitless abilities, imaginative abilities, where I think if he let other people get in the way, or like let other people decide or to affect him in some way, it really affected him deeply. It wasn't just like, you know, I can just kind of run away from the situation. It kind of tracked him down. So this really is a very big... He had a lot of contracts with people that did this in his life, and we have death. Okay, so fear, death. Success underwater, fear, and death. It was fated for him to go underwater, or it was fated for his success to falter in some way through this pathway. I don't know why. There's just something about his lifespan being it already was contracted for him to be gone early. He wasn't meant to live that long. That is clear from what I'm seeing here. And that there's something about the fear of death. Oh my. That tumbled. And then I heard tumbleweed. Tumbleweed is usually something that happens right before a battle. Like when two people, like they're not cowboys necessarily, but when someone's about to fight, and you know, like, there's like that moment of silence that feels like his life. He had moments where like he had to really face his fears head on in a strong way. And we have surveillance and mind control. He saw how people were controlled. He saw how people were controlled mentally. The affluent were the ones that were very controlled mentally, and he saw that. What about that? Devil. Yeah, devil energy is coming out again. That his secret weapon, what? Okay, let me see. What is the secret weapon? So dense energy, secret weapon, trafficking, market manipulation. He felt used. He felt used a lot. There's something here about the affluent using him as a scapegoat in some way. And I'm hearing sturgeon, and I'm also hearing moon. So like sturgeon moon, something about something happening during a sturgeon moon. And then I'm hearing alkalize or alkaline. So I don't know if his like body was alkaline, or there's something about alkalinity, like him trying to maintain his body's alkalinity. It could be because he was fighting something, but like there's like something here about, like, I'm seeing the bioweapon card, and I'm seeing like just like something about hyssop, HYSSOP, being helpful. It would have been helpful in purifying something within him, or something around about his body. I don't know, there's something about people using that against him, because I'm seeing female in power that flipped over here. This flipped out amongst the group. So I don't know, he had like a lot of, either they had power over him, like this group of women. Like I said, I just remembered I said that. There's something about like a group of women having power over him, or him just being something about power. And then I'm hearing brat. So I don't know if someone used to call him brat. That's significant. And then we have water supply. And then I'm hearing Moses. And then I'm seeing desert, water supply and desert. What is going on here? So there's this energy of like, and then we have river. And then we have breakup, clean up, secret society. He had a lot of information as well, because when you think about it, when you can disconnect a creature from the sea, from their source of their home, the water, when you can disconnect them from that, like if you get a fish out of water, they're going to easily flop. They're not able to survive for a long period of time without their water. It feels like he is like, his source was really vast and powerful, and what they did was it's not like he's a victim. Please don't think I'm trying to victimize him at all. I'm just saying, like, objectively, there was like a strategic thing about this experience in this world, and this experience, like, as a human, he could have been here before, but I'm not going to go too deeply into his past lives. I'm going into this life. I feel like he was so powerful with something in particular, or maybe it was just his ability to see through things. He exposed things. I don't know, he just exposed things, and I feel like the people around him, the affluent, were fair. I said affair. So something about affair is significant, and I can barely speak. There's something about hyssop, six. I feel like there's something about the S's here. I don't know why. And I'm hearing different. I don't know if he says it differently, or if there's just something about the S's. I don't know what that's about. I'm seeing Ramona, because I saw the word love and I thought Ramona. So there's something about getting Spitfire messages for him. It's hard to keep this energy, like, it's going in so many different, I'm hearing different tracks. So they're agreeing with me. They're taking me down different roads and different pathways and telling me different things. So there's something here about him just being so powerful when he's in his lane, whatever it is that he's good at, he tends to like, he really, I heard dries up their resources. So it could be like dries up people's like how they stand out. He tends to stand out more amongst a lot of people. By the way, I'm looking over at this. I have a candle here for this reading. And I feel like he was used. He was used and abused by people. Because we have your secret weapon and trafficking. I feel like he was trafficked, or he was manipulated in some way. Can you please clarify trafficking? Crime of passion. So I'm getting the energy of like, I was going to say sex, sexual trafficking, or just being addressed by a parent, a parental figure, royalty. So this person he looked up to a lot. Road. So, okay. Crossroad, abuse, fraud. Homicide. So this person kind of cleared up his parent, a parental figure was using him, was abusing him. They were using him for a fit of passion, or there's something here about being trafficked or being used and abused by a person. It goes deeper than what you may know. Even if you feel like you know, I feel like I have to say that. Even if you feel like you know something about what he's experienced, it goes deeper than that. And then there's that siren outside the train. I feel like he's gone through a slew of experiences, not just the ones you heard about. So it's unfortunate because I'm just feeling like this person had a lot of power. And then I'm hearing the word dad. So there's like something about a dad as well. Even if they weren't like in his life for long, something happened with them as well. And I just want to get clarity. Is that correct? And then 2 cards fell out like right away. Ace of Wands. This could have been one act, but look at that. The Ace of Wands and the Emperor. The father did something. I'm hearing 2 more cards. So let's see what's going on here, 13. The 6 of Swords, traveling. So this is about travel. 6 of Swords. And this is the High Priestess. I know I said 2, but is there anything else? We have the Queen and King of Wands. These 2 people, they're so driven by their passion. And I'm not getting a good vibe from this. I'm not getting a good vibe. We have Queen of Wands, Judgment, and the King of Swords. And this is about like, they traveled with him, or they might have taken him to certain places and they knew what they were doing. So I don't know if he was really trafficked or if he was just traveling, and on his travels things would happen to him, or there was an experience he had with his father figure, or with a very controlling individual. Queen of Wands makes me feel like that's his mom, and I feel like he knew, the father knew, or something about someone here like communicating with someone about this. There's something about like a business professional type of arrangement with this energy, and I'm sorry to say that, but we have the King of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. I don't like this energy because, and then we have the Empress. So we have the mother and the father. I don't even know if I want to say that. I heard ringleaders, and then I'm getting the Devil. I'm getting the Devil energy. So there's like this ringleader energy here. 6 of Pentacles, give and take. It wasn't just one person, it was both parties. They were equally doing this, and they were also doing this for money. 2 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and then 5 of Cups. It produced like a sense of 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is typically about planning something ahead of time. This was planned ahead of time, and he was unable to do anything about it. And there's something here about being bound or being constricted in some way, like physically. I'm getting this being more of a literal sense. Accomplice, partner in crime, grandparent. His grandparent was doing something with them. This person is drama, and then we have this person is full of ego. This grandparent, these people, they were reptilians, or like not reptilians literally, like I don't want to say that because that sounds crazy, calling people reptilians, unless I hear that they are, like I hear that myself. I'm not going to do that. I feel like they're just snakes like around him. Ritual. There was a ritual done with him. With the affluent, I don't even know what this is. Apart from what I'm saying, I don't know how deeper this goes. We have child. Please help me to get through this, Spirit Team. Government controlled media. And then we have water in reverse. It's something about the desert. I don't know if the region in which they went to was in the desert. Like this could be somewhere really warm, like on the west side, like California, Arizona. Secret space program. It takes me back to like it takes me back to like, for some reason, like Florida, but like I don't know why it would be Florida, because that's not like a dry area in the US. But there's something here about like notable places in history being significant, going to really populated places. So this could be either like a desert area, or this could be a place with a lot of water. So this is like, I'm getting Florida and then California, or somewhere like Nevada for some reason is what I just heard. So there's something here about like going to specific regions with him as a child, and there being something that was done to him. He was trafficked. He was trafficked, and I think he was manipulated so that he wouldn't say this. I don't know if he has said this or not. Please let me know. But it feels like he didn't tell you everything, because I'm just feeling like there's more. Okay. Anyways, that's bottom of the deck was Death, Five of Swords, and Nine of Cups. I'm just getting the sense of someone that wanted to die, or felt like they wanted to die at times. And then there's this energy of like wanting to escape for some reason. So yeah, this is a really resilient soul. Anthony feels really resilient. I can barely speak. I don't know if there's like a speech impediment that's significant or not. It doesn't have to be him, but there's something about the S's. Like, I'm having a hard time with the R's and the S's. And for some reason, my spirit team and I are feeling like I should count the letters. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. That would be 18 and 19. So something happened between 18 and 19 for him. Specifically, I don't know if this ended at that time. And then I'm feeling like I should look at this card. Collapse. Something collapsed when he was 18 or 19. I'm getting like messages on my phone, and it's 10:59. Man-made disaster. Something fell apart at 18 or 19 for him. I feel like this secret came out. Maybe he confided in someone, but there's something here. Yeah, intuition. He might have gone to someone into it. Like, he must have, I don't know if he reached out to someone, but there's something. Intuition came out again, guys, but it's in reverse. So fired in reverse. And then I'm hearing moonshine. What is this about? Democrat. He was hired by someone, or something happened to him. Collapse again, and money. Who are we talking about here? We have God in reverse. When I think of God in reverse, I think of a demon, or I think of like someone who is really, really broken, or really I don't know why I want to say broken and downtrodden. This person, there's someone involved at 18 to 19 years of age with him, and this person was like a God in reverse. They were really wrong. They were all messed up. They were really messed up for him. We have, look what I said, evil is coming through, and then we have landfill. This person's done a lot of evil things. And then we have Republican. We have Democrat, Republican, which tells me this person's a politician. And then we have healing, kidnapped, life insurance. So there's something here about like a time frame with him. Like, Anthony went through something for a time period, and he had to go through healing. It's like he was put into some either form. If it's not physical slavery, it's truly mental slavery, but it feels like it's both. Literally, like, I'm feeling like in a fit of passion, he's experienced some things from people, specifically these two people, this King and Queen of Wands, which feel like his parents or someone that's a guardian to him. So there's definitely this energy of him having to go through a lot of healing and feeling like he was in a lot of situations that were not good for him. And I'm seeing 111, 1101 right now. Burial. He told himself that he would bury it. And I'm seeing I'm hearing the word gasoline or gas. So something about like having to just throw gasoline on a situation, let it burn, and then walking away from a situation. He prevented something from happening is what I'm feeling. Like, I don't know, something was prevented. Either his spirit team prevented him from being killed, or like actually being like taken care of. Something was prevented, and I don't know what this is. I don't know if someone else, they became interested in someone else, and like, for instance, this politician, because guys, it's not like I'm making this up. We're getting two people that are politicians, and it could be from either side or both. There's something here about politics, and there's something here about them getting involved with him at a young age. So please let me know what you know. I'm hearing 1971. So I don't know who was like really well known at that time in 1971. This doesn't have to be related to when he was born or his age. It could be the person being older than him, of course, because likely they were older than him if he was a child. There's something about a politician as well that was like born earlier on and in the 1970s was involved with something. And I'm seeing the words African, so they like targeted black men or black boys. So I don't know how they got to him, but something about that is significant. 2 cards came through that I wanted you guys to see. This was like when we were talking about the parents, okay? We got the 7 of Cups that came through and the 10 of Cups. So I don't know if he had like qualms or like questions about his family and like who was who and like if they were really his... There were questions in his mind, indecisive feelings or thoughts about his family and about what family looks like. And then I heard Mammon, M-A-M-M-A-N, and that could be, what is that? What is M-A-M-M-A-N? M-A-M-M-A-N. Mammon. Mammon. Let's see. What is going on with this reading? It could be M-A-M-M-O-N. It means money. There's just a lot about money, wealth, people taking advantage of him, greed, affluent people taking advantage of him. And I'm seeing something I want to look at here. We have the 3 of Cups. This is usually the energy of people like, so I'm just getting the energy of someone who like was involved with parties, or there were people that were imbibing or drinking or like celebrating. It was like in those celebratory moments, it was when this would happen. Or there's something with the baby here. I can't deny what I'm seeing. It could be about people doing this to him and like multiple people at once. So there's just a lot of like greed and a lot of people thinking they have the right to do things like that to him. And just, yeah, I'm just getting the energy of like, with the Death card, the 5 of Swords, the Empress, the Sun, the King of Wands. This person, okay, I'm going to tell you something. I'm getting the visualization, and I really want to get it out of my mind before I move on. It's like a visualization of a mother doing something and the father liking it, or like a male figure liking that. So like the energy of someone fighting someone, like he would fight his like this feminine energy, and then there would be a male that would watch. So something about that is significant. I have like only 4 minutes surprisingly on my camera, so this is really not what I expected. But we're going to continue on and see how this all factors in, because I don't quite know where to go from here. I'm hearing Brazil. I don't know if there's something about him wanting to go or ever going, if he when he was alive, if he ever went to Brazil. I just know that he passed away in 1992. So, okay, collapse came through. God, okay, so we're just gonna shuffle this up because I think those just fell. 2 fell on the floor. Let's see. Intuition and fire. Something about something ended once he had the ability to tap into his intuition and to sense when things were going wrong or something was going to happen. I feel like he was able to move or make moves based off of what he knew intuitively would happen. So like he kind of caught cues from people. We have Leo. This is like the energy of someone in the public eye that shone, like they had like such an aura about them. So Anthony had like an aura of just like I'm just getting the energy of someone who is very like, when I think of Leo energy, someone who can be really outspoken, or someone that can like shine. I don't know if he was outspoken, but something about him shining from the inside out was really apparent with the Leo card. I feel like he was a game changer for people, because when I think of 5, I think of someone who transforms things around them, and I feel like he did a lot of things there was so much that shifted for people around him because of him. Aquarius is someone who is very unique and someone who pioneers and like creates new roads or new ways of doing things. We have Aquarius, which is the energy of someone who was very nurturing and wanted to help people. Very very thoughtful, almost to the detriment of themselves, because they would put other people before themselves. I feel like with Virgo, that's their tendency. We have Mars. I feel like he was very calculated with the way he came across, like bitterness. If he felt like he was backstabbed or someone was trying to hurt him or has hurt him in the past, it feels like he racked it up, and then he would try to like come back at them or do something, but in a way that was more calculated and strategic. I feel like he had that strategic energy about him with Virgo and Mars. We also have Taurus, so he did love the finer things of life, or at least loved like luxury, the idea of beauty with the Libra and Taurus card. Yeah, something about beauty or being very feminine in their energy, because I think of the Empress. We have Gemini. Yeah, I'm just getting like the energy of someone who's very cerebral. They're a very deep thinker, very hardworking person. I feel like he had like a tendency of thinking pretty deeply about the darker things in life. He might have had a strong Pluto placement, something about Pluto and his experiences, and he might have had it in the first house. I'm not sure. Something about the first house and Pluto are significant. So we're going to pause right here and I will be back for more, guys. Stay tuned and I'll be right back.